The possibility of lung cancer can be pretty scary, especially if you're one of approximately 8 million current or former smokers at high risk. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know that now there's a breakthrough low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early, and it only takes 60 seconds. You stop smoking, now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SaveByTheScan.org. It could save your life. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative.
Northwest Florida's home for college football bowl games. WGSX Lynn and WPLQ Port St. Joe.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
And powered by Panama City Rise and Shine Campers. It's a brand new day.
What a lovely morning.
Good morning, starshine.
You seem happy this morning.
Morning, everybody. Thanks for coming in early.
The Coach James Hale Show is live and local. Live from the J. Michael Studio. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Hot tub! I'm full of water! I say hot tub! Hot tub! Gonna get you hot tub! I'm gonna make it wet! Say hot tub! Rubber tub and hot tub! Rubber tub and me! Sing in the hot tub! Yeah! Will you make me sweat? Yeah! Sing in the hot tub! Jump in! Will you make me wet? Yeah! Well.
Hey, listen, the snow's not going to happen. I hate to break the news to you. They showed something this morning. It's going to be cold rain.
Well, now the weather report said there's a possibility of it still
I just get, what did I say?
You just said.
I can have the court reporter read back to what I just said.
I am the court reporter.
There's not going to be snow. There's not going to be snow.
You heard it here first.
I saw it from an expert. I saw it.
Okay.
Michigan Eddie told me.
Oh,
it's going to be rain, cold rain. Because everybody was hoping it'd be like it was a year ago.
Remember, got 4.5
Are you saying it still could happen? Is that what I'm hearing?
It still could happen. That's what they say.
Maybe wherever Wildcat is, in the Wildcat country, it might be snowing.
Who's they? The meteorologist?
Yep.
You know, that's the only profession that you get paid to be wrong at.
Yeah.
No lie.
Well, I don't know. We do a pretty good job in here, too.
We are a bunch of clowns.
It just means,
we are.
It just means more, just saying.
Hush. All right, good morning. Welcome to 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. What's going on this weekend? Well, here you go on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Saturday, January 17th, 2:30 or 3:30 our time, I think. Bills versus the Broncos. Then at 7 o'clock on Saturday night, Russ and Amber will be pumped. Well, Russ will be pumped up about this Wildcat. 7 o'clock, the 49ers at the Seahawks. Sunday, you have the Texans at the Patriots. That's January 18th, 2 o'clock kickoff. 5:30, you got the Rams at the Bears. You know, out of all those teams, I think I'm going to pull for the Bears.
Yeah, unbelievable win last week.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with the Bears.
Here's what's going to happen.
Texas and Bears.
If the 49ers can beat the Seahawks, it's going to be 49ers Bears at the Super Bowl, and I am with Kyle. It's a Bears Super Bowl win.
The Bears.
The Bears.
I don't know about that. Jason, tell me what do you think? Let's go Bills Broncos. Who's going to get that one?
I'm going to take Josh Allen and the Bills.
All right, I'll go with
Bills are due, people.
Jim,
I would go with the Bills.
I'll go with the Bills. Who you going with?
Yeah, Bills.
Who you going with, Wildcat?
For the Super Bowl win?
No. Bills versus Broncos. God, what does he do back there?
I was doing stuff. I do stuff back here.
The
He's back there
Broncos.
singing.
Who you like, the Broncos or the Bills?
All Bills.
Okay, everybody's got the Bills.
Yep.
Yeah.
49ers, Seahawks. I'm going 49ers.
Yeah, I like Brock Purdy.
I like the Seahawks at home there.
We got one against us.
Seahawks. I go Seahawks. Jackson Smith and Jiggy.
I got to go 49ers.
Yeah, I got to go. Russ, we love you. Russ, we love you. Texans versus
Drake May,
at
baby.
New England. Ooh. I love the head coach. He's a Bama boy. I got to go with Houston. I got to go with
Texans all the way.
In that case, I'm going with the Ohio State.
Yeah, we're going to Patriots.
Mike Vrabel and the Patriots.
Mike Vrabel.
Maybe they'll bring back Little Joe Mixon. Little Joe Mixon is due to come back.
C.J. Stroud's
Yeah. It's going to be an Ohio State game.
And Kate Stover.
So. Ohio State players.
All right, you got the Patriots for these two.
Pats, baby, Pats. Drake May.
God dang. I used to love him when Belichick was there, but
I hated him.
I got to go with Texas because my boy from the head coach.
And they've been quiet killers all year, too.
Rams, Bears. I got to have the Bears. Bears. Got to be.
Bears all day.
They came alive the second half. They were kind of lucky to win that game, weren't they?
I didn't see it at
I'm
all.
going with the more experienced.
No, they came back
quarterback.
big time.
They came back in
Yeah,
the
they came
third,
back big
into the
Stafford
third
and
and
the
into the
Rams
fourth
there.
quarter.
Yeah,
and they,
Oh, you going with the Rams?
20 some odd
Cook,
points.
Nakua.
You going with the Georgia quarterback over Ohio State Buckeye?
Yes, in that one over the USC quarterback.
Are you going to do that, Jim?
What are you talking about? The Rams quarterback is from Georgia. The Bears quarterback is from
USC.
USC.
Yeah, Caleb Williams.
Who was Stroud with?
Texans.
Yeah, that's
Texans.
right. That's right.
Yep.
Yeah, I got them. So who you got? The Rams or the Bears?
Rams.
Who you got, Walker?
Bears.
Who you got?
I got the Bears. I like their.
I got the
comeback from
Bears.
last week.
I got the Bears. I like the
don't
Bears.
Really gamble.
Yeah, it's
I like
kind of
the
some
Bears. All right.
a little different mix up there.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of NFL, which we usually normally don't.
Oh, by the way, all those games are on right here at ESPN 104.3.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
All right. We look at the
Thank you,
most
Captain Obvious.
the most head coach in the last 30 years. Last 30 years.
One of the most 30 years?
I did not know that. The last most coaches hired in the last 30 years or fired, wherever way you look at it.
Got to be the Browns. Got to be up there.
They're, well,
Raiders.
you're right. They're up there. Number one, thank you. Number one, they've had 15 different coaches in 30. How do you do that? I mean, really?
So I was right,
15
Raiders.
The Raiders.
I'm
Yeah.
from Cleveland. We get quarterbacks and coaches every year.
Yeah.
3 or 4.
No
every
wonder
year.
they you can't do that.
Well, no kidding.
Yeah, I can't believe they got rid of Stefanik. I thought I would have given him one more year.
And the number two is actually tied with two other programs. I didn't know this.
Jets.
The Browns are at number two, the Lions, and the Dolphins.
I wouldn't have.
I wouldn't have picked the Dolphins.
The Jets
I
aren't up
would've.
there?
You would have?
Yeah,
Dolphins?
because I mean that new coach, the boy wonder. How long did he last? What, 3 years?
Yeah.
It's sad.
They just fired They just fired him.
They fired him.
Yeah.
Yeah, Daniels.
It's sad the Bengals aren't on there because
Hey, did you
they should fire head coaches
They
for.
should be on there.
How long did
He's
Hale
a home
hold on
now.
to Hugh Jackson?
Did you see the
He
pictures
went to the
of?
Browns did the same thing.
Did you see
Marvin
the
Lewis.
pictures of Daniels when he got hired at Miami? What he looked like, and now what he looks like.
Like
He
those
got
presidential
South Beached.
pictures, you know.
My man got South Beached.
Yeah.
Hey, what's the deal with the Harbaugh family? How wealthy are they? I mean,
They're about to be a lot more wealthy.
He's making $20 million for 5 years. $20 million a year coaching football.
And he demanded
Can you
$10 million
believe
for
that?
his
Coaching
staff.
football. And he got what he wanted.
Yeah.
He's getting what he wants. And how much
And
is
full
his
control.
brother?
I want full
How
control.
much? Hey, you know what? We can badmouth him all we want.
Here's my thing with Harbaugh. You got the best running back maybe in the history of the sport, and you don't. And you
The
don't.
second
feature-
half, you don't run him.
I don't get it.
That's the reason he got fired.
Nobody can tackle him. Nobody wants to tackle him, especially the
And they
fourth
don't
quarter.
even go to him in the second
Yeah,
half in
I
that
don't
cold
get it.
weather.
It's like, what are you doing?
They let he's not a great passer. Their quarterback is
No.
Lamar. He's just not. And you're right. I'm with you. I was watching this game. What are you doing? I'm like, you're right, Jim.
Nobody
Did
can
you see
tackle
any
him.
of the interviews with Steve Biscotti after he let him go?
No, what did he say?
Well, he's the owner of the Ravens, and he's like, he's a billionaire or whatever. He's a character. He is a character.
What did he say?
Well, they were like, if Harbaugh would have won this week, would you would you think about keeping him for the season, or how safe would his job would have been? He said for 1 week.
I like that. That's pretty cool, really. But the other one did well too. I mean, the Chargers made the playoffs. He got them where he was supposed to get. Yeah. I was glad of that. Who beat
can't say
them?
what I
Who
want.
beat them? Yeah.
And the Patriots.
Yeah, that's right. But anyway, we got all those games for you right here in the NFL. I had no idea he was going to make $20 million for you get fired. That's the best thing. It doesn't happen to you hands before. That's the best thing ever happened.
He was also talking to Cleveland, but I think he's signing with Giants.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to Giants.
Yeah.
Who's going to get the what? God dang it!
No
That's
dead
right
air.
on my mind. What NFL job is open? The big one. Who's getting the Dolphins?
Well, Dolphins is a big job. Daniels got fired. I don't think they've hired yet.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Who do you think's
I
gonna
mean,
get?
we're in the. I think the Giants are the first one to
Yeah, I think
even
the
get
Giants.
into
Okay.
negotiations with anybody.
Who's the big?
Green Bay's coach. They got rid of him. I don't know, where's he going? He picked a school.
No, wait, time out. What am I talking about? My Steelers. I think that's the best job.
Mike Tomlin's
They've had how
stepping
many
down.
coaches
Yeah.
in forever?
That's what I
3 or
meant.
4, maybe.
They've had since Since I was old enough to remember, they had Chuck Noll, they had Bill Cowher, Mike Tomlin.
Yeah.
That covers about almost
Who's
60
going to
years.
get that job? That's
Almost
what I
60
want to know.
years.
What's y'all's opinion on that?
I mean, the Steeler Nation. I mean, you can go to any bar
That's
in
the
the
best,
nation,
yeah.
and there's Steeler fans.
I was in Jay Michaels last night. Guy walked on the Steelers show. I grew up loving them because they were so good back in the 70s when
It's kind of like how the Buckeyes are in college football. Like you can be in Rhode Island, you can be in Florida, you're going to run into a Buckeye fan.
Yeah, that's true. Who's going to get that job? Who do you think? Do you think it's one of the best, if not the best, NFL job?
Yeah, I think just by stability, if you're looking at it for stability, of course. I mean, and they pay their coach as well. So I have no idea. I don't know who the hot coordinators are. I mean, I thought Harbaugh might take a look, but I don't think he was going to move within the conference. I think that's a bad look for some coaches if you go from.
I thought it was a rule against that, but it's not.
No, I think it's a rule. I think it's more of like an unwritten rule that you just don't do that. Especially when you're so competitive and within the conference, you got so much information that you don't want going from team to team. But
it's in their morality clause.
I think somebody's going to make a run at Cignetti. I think some people are going to make a run at Freeman. I don't think they're going to.
Freeman's already came. I wanted to ask you about that. He came out. Hey, before I forget, what's the deal with Freeman? I looked a little bit about the incident with his son.
It was an altercation at a.
What happened with that?
At a wrestling.
Did he put his hands on the guy?
From what I looked at, there's a video. I didn't see anything. It looks like it's a money grab from the guy because he tried to file a civil suit against him.
There you go.
This guy's supposed to be a wrestling coach, and I'd be embarrassed if that was my wrestling coach. Because you can see Freeman there with a hoodie on, try not to be seen by anybody, just standing there watching his wrestling match, and then the kid walks out. He walks his son out, and the guy follows him out. He's yelling at his son. That alone, I probably would have said, why don't you shut up, or something. But he never put his hands on him or did anything. Then
I didn't see that way. And the score released a statement saying that it was absolutely
Notre Dame backed him.
And normally, if you see like an altercation like that, you see parents or something kind of come to this area, and people were kind of looking like because you could hear maybe like yelling a little bit, but it didn't look like there was anything.
And you watch Freeman's personality, you'd think he would never.
If you know Freeman's background, his father was in the Air Force. And
disciplined.
That would really. When I said I don't believe that, I mean,
and even at Ohio State, he's not one of those guys that get in your face and run his mouth. He was one of those guys that,
at all.
He was just a.
And I can guarantee you that there were other kids' dads out there that kind of know the situation with Freeman and whatnot and probably stepped in to prevent any of that from happening. As wrestling parents, I don't know if you've met a lot of wrestling parents. Wrestling parents are tough.
I know some.
He was a coach, though, so who knows?
He was the OC at Cincinnati, too.
DC,
DC,
that's right.
Under Fickle.
Yeah, that's right.
People
played at the Ohio State.
Secret to his
James
success. Because
who was the coach when he played there?
Tressel.
Tressel, okay. All right. Anyway, I hope the Steelers get the great coach.
Who knows?
Pittsburgh's a fun town.
Yeah,
I went up there for a couple conventions, and it's
actually pretty nice.
I want to see a baseball game.
Jared Mariah's anniversary, they flew up there. They went to a Penguins game.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
they went to a Steelers football game. And who was the guy? One of the players from Auburn was playing the team at the time, and they go through that tunnel kind of middle of the stadium. It's not like in the end zone, I think. And Jared said, wave, and the guy looked up and waved to him because he knew so much about his background.
It's Matt Damon.
he said, Dad, he said, man, he said, it was fun. He said, their fans are great.
They got a nice little tram system downtown, a little restaurant district that was pretty nice. I was surprised because normally when you go to a big city, you're going to be like, there's going to be a lot of riffraff.
Yeah, but they had the river down there, the river walk.
We went up there for a bodybuilding competition about 5-6 years ago. We were actually pleasantly surprised after going to New Jersey.
My Blaine just got back from my roommate in college. Just got back from New Jersey. He said it's the nastiest. He said I never want to go back.
They killed it during COVID, and it's just not coming back.
Yeah, but Jared told me the best time he had was at that. He said that Penguins game was unbelievable.
Have you never been to a hockey game?
If you've never been to a hockey game,
let me give you some Pittsburgh trivia, and I only know this because I'm from Cleveland, and Pittsburgh's kind of in our blood. Pittsburgh is the only professional city that has their team's colors are black and gold.
All of them
are the same. The Penguins,
Pirates,
and the Steelers are all wear black.
That's the way it should be.
Yeah.
Jared just tell you, he said this is what happened. He said I yelled. It was Auburn receiver. He came by and said, "Roll Tide." He looked up at me and laughed. So that was great, Jared. That was good. Be nice. All right, let's talk about some of our great people. Let's start right here. Jason Kovaleski. What's the best way to get a view? we talked yesterday about how difficult it is now for a high school athlete to get a scholarship in any sport because of what we're seeing. I don't even know what the number is right now. People trying to get transfer here, transfer there, and everything else. They're competing against grown college athletes.
Yeah.
So you got to get an edge somehow, some way. What to eat, what not to eat, how to gain weight, how to gain muscle mass, new creatine, everything you think of, and you got the answers. Where are you located?
I want to hear more about creatine. I really do.
It's good for old people.
Yeah, it's good for cognitive function.
Cognitive brain function.
The studies we've seen over the last 5 years, it helps with breaking the blood-brain barrier. It helps with cognitive function. So creatine is going to be beneficial for not only athletes, for performance, recovery, but building muscle, but for, as you get older, for just, processing information faster. But we're on 23rd Street in the Del Coronado Village. We have a free sample bar. We have an InBody 570, which is like a DEXA scan to help track your results. We got certified sports nutritionists on staff. I'll be down there 10 to 2 today. Bring your son or daughter there if you want to lose some weight. You're trying to get in, shape for beach season or for your New Year's resolution. Come down there, talk to me. I'll kind of map out what you need to get started and what to eat, what not to eat. But we're also located in Pier Park North next to Dick's Sporting Goods.
Go check it out. I was down there, bought 3 bottles the other day.
I brought a product today. Good morning. This is one of my favorite products we have because people are having stomach issues with the food we're eating now. It's got apple cider vinegar, lemon juice, glutamine to help structure the stomach lining.
I'll buy that.
It's great for people that have bloating or acidicness. I take this every morning. It tastes good. Apple cider vinegar tastes horrible if you've ever taken it by itself.
That's really good for you.
Yeah, but that's in this, and it tastes like Hawaiian Punch, man. It's great. I wake up in the morning, get that in my system. My stomach doesn't feel bloated all day. A lot of people, they walk around their stomach, they feel like they're fat, but some of it's just the bloating. If you take that out and you're able to digest it.
We need to get Glenn that.
Well, I'm just fat. That's why.
Me too. So.
we ought to get Glenn Manley some of those. Remember the problem we had with him in the morning?
Ankles and fat belly.
Can't even get him in the chair.
Huh?
Can't even get him in the chair.
Well, we had some real problems with Glenn in the morning. He has some issues in the morning. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It's kind of hard on all of us.
Man, you better go home, dude.
We got to get him some of that.
You talk about the goat like that?
We have free samples. You can come try that at Max Fit.
Kyle, talk about your business. Where are you at?
Yeah.
Y'all can do, it's not just, you can build anything. You can build a house, storage room.
Building a few houses.
A barn. You can do it all.
Yeah, no, absolutely. TK Vandy, general contracting and roofing. We're general contractors, but we specialize in roofing. We do residential, commercial. We also do government, local, state, and federal. Give us a shout, 850-866-9908. If you get one of those dun-dun-dun letters in the mail from the insurance company, we'll be able to help you out, walk you through the process.
Don't panic.
Yeah. Don't panic.
One of our big... We've been together, just like Jason, 10 years. This place is incredible. Lorelei, Leighton, Johnny, Mariah, Jared, Jamie, Julia. We're all there last night. J. Michael's Restaurant. Saw Steeler fans in there. A big weekend this weekend, too. Saturday night, I thought it was tonight or Saturday night. Lorelei's had a birthday celebration in Birmingham because they had cheerleading competition. As you know how competitive that is. And they won again, by the way. But they're having a big friend birthday party for her, I think either tonight or I think it's Saturday night. So Lorelei, happy birthday to her. Hope she has a great time doing that. But the legendary J. Michael's, the best seafood, ice cold beer. Go check it out. You'll be glad you did. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. It's the Rich Eisen Show.
Who came up with the idea of you, Rogers, and Cam Hayward walking off the field together?
It probably goes back to our days when that rivalry was really heated versus the Cincinnati Bengals and Vontaze Burfict and Pac-Man Jones and stuff. I think Cam wanted to walk out with me, man, because people be throwing stuff at us when we exit the tunnel.
The Rich Eisen Show. Weekdays 11 to 2. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with your forecast on this Friday. Some sun this afternoon and evening with a moderate breeze around 13 miles per hour out of the south, and look for the high to be 62. Tonight, there will be a mixture of very light rain and some clouds with the temperature reaching 57. Mostly cloudy in the morning, but otherwise light showers tomorrow with a high of 63. This weather is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for listening to ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Your biggest investment is your home. Protect it while also improving its appearance with Earthworks of Northwest Florida. We have sand, mulch, gravel, or lay down decorative stone, all available for pickup and delivery. Discover your dream landscape with Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Imagine the moment you proudly pull up to your home that you've worked so hard for, enhanced by quality mulch, decorative stones, and more. Let's make it happen today. Request a quote online at earthworkspc.com or swing by the office at 2005 Industrial Drive. Love the land you live on.
No one wants to deal with a plumbing, electrical, or HVAC emergency. It's even worse when you're not sure what it'll cost, when it'll get fixed, or if someone's just selling you something. When you call Hiller, you can trust our experts to actually solve your home's problems quickly. And with true transparency pricing, you know the price you're told is the price you'll actually pay. Book online now at happyhiller.com. Happy you'll be, or the service is free.
I'm a happy face truck today.
Stay out of his lane and stay off his yard.
Believe me, this man is a menace. He's always drinking, starting fights.
The Coach James Hale Show live from the J. Michael Studios.
Don't turn it off!
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Welcome back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Kyle Vandergriff, you got a podcast. Tell me the name of it.
Local Sports Podcast. We cover Bay County and the Forgotten Coast, high school sports, have coaches on, promote their programs, players. You know, the whole premise is to bring back, you know, in this day and age, it's hard with recruiting, right? But it's to, ultimately, the goal is to bring recruiting back to the Panhandle, the way it used to be.
Well, let me ask you this. Arnold's soccer team doing unbelievable things here.
Yeah, absolutely.
He graduated from Bay, right?
Yeah, he did. He played for Coach Manley.
Did y'all go to school together?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Y'all
a couple years older.
Couple years older?
Yeah, he graduated with my brother.
So you're older?
No, I'm younger. I was a freshman when they were all seniors.
Oh, okay. And are they ranked number 1 in the nation now?
So right now they're ranked number 4 in the nation. They're ranked number 1 in the state. And this segment that we're going to be doing, we're covering them. It's called Chasing the Three-Peat, right? And I got a couple things I just wanted to bring up to you guys. So they're ranked basically in the state. They're ranked number 1 out of all classes.
Woo,
okay.
All right.
So just to give you a little bit of kind of background on how they do all this. So the difficulty of the schedule is rated, I think it's 15. That's the hardest you can get. So they're ranked, they have the 10th hardest schedule in the state of all classes, and they're ranked number 1. So their strength of schedule is a 12.10. So just to give, 12.10. Just to give you some reference on that. What that actually means is the next closest Bay County team is ranked number 73. That's North Bay Haven. Then you go Bay 248, Mosley 327, Rams 447, Bozeman 597. There's only 610 high schools.
Wow.
Okay, so just to give you a little bit of clarity on that.
That's their schedule rank?
That is their rank. Now I'm going to give you their schedule rank. Their schedule rank, where is it at? Okay, so Arnold's top 10 in the state. Bay's 248, Mosley 347, Rutherford 447, North Bay's 73, Bozeman 597. So their strength of schedules are close to their ranks of where they're at. So you understand how important it is to have a strong schedule.
I think their region
even if you
was
have
the
losses.
top in the country, though. But they had like 3 nationally ranked teams just in their region.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Jacksonville teams are like Trinity, I believe, and
and the one team that they lost to was Barnum Trail. Right.
I didn't know they lost.
That's their only
they play
loss
a national
season.
schedule
This year they lost the game.
They lost it 2 weeks ago. But what Coach Joan has been doing is he's been preparing them for the playoffs. The way that they've done the playoffs is you are going to play back to back on the weekends, and even if you get to the Final Four, you're playing the Final Four the Friday, and Saturday the next day you're playing the final.
Wow.
There is no time to break.
Yeah.
So he's made his schedule
like that's
to
smart.
prepare these guys.
Yeah.
So when they played at 7:00 the night before, and they beat Cypress Springs 3-0, then they go out to eat, they get back to the hotel, they got to be back on the field by 11 o'clock to play a 1 o'clock game. Barnum Trail had 72 hours rest.
Yeah.
So, and Barnum Trail has the hardest strength of schedule. They're number 7 in the state, hardest strength of schedule in the state. So that's the level that he's trying to compete against to get these boys,
ready to go.
Plus, they play some schools out of state too that are like ranked.
Yeah, absolutely. Biloxi. I mean, they play schools out of state and everything. What he's built over there is something. I mean, if you look at it, it is the top 5 over the last 7 years. It is the top 5 soccer program in the nation.
Country, yeah. And they won a national championship 2 years ago. Should have won it last year.
Should have won it
in our opinion.
Yep.
Didn't we just do something for them? Did you just have a banquet for the state championship rings?
So we were able to, thanks to all your guys' help and local sports podcast, we were able to raise money for the rings for their back-to-back state championship.
Yeah.
So right before Christmas, we had a banquet, gave it to them at the...
you tell them we say hello?
Yes.
Okay.
Of course. They love the light that's being shined on them right now a little bit because, soccer is one of those sports that a typical Americans, unless you go to a soccer game, not a lot of people like to watch a soccer game.
Right.
But it's the most popular sport on the planet.
In the world.
Hands down. So
because soccer's usually at this time of year when it's 20 degrees out. You're like, what are we doing out here?
What are we doing? But
with no protective gear on.
No, they're in shorts.
One of the things that I want to continue to follow with them is a record that they have that we'll never see again. Nowhere in the state of Florida. You will, or in the nation. Nobody has gone 73-0 at home in any sport.
Glenn Manley, you listening? Say it again. Arnold High School.
Arnold High School in the abyss.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the Mike Gavlik Stadium. That's what they call it. No sport. That if somebody can find this statistic, please send it to me because I'm very good at research and I haven't found it. Aside from private schools, but in public schools,
take them out.
Yeah, take that crap
private,
out. Aside from private schools, there's nobody that's gone 73-0 at home.
Yeah.
I mean, that's an amazing feat. And what
pretty good.
And this is the thing that I want. I want the community to get behind Arnold soccer because we don't. I mean, what's the last sport we've had where you've had national champions, back-to-back state champions? Like you haven't. So this is the community
from Panama City Beach too.
From Panama City Beach,
not Panama City. Panama City Beach.
Hold on,
Beach.
No,
beach.
no. Hold on, Bay County.
The beach.
Representing the Bay, dude.
That's good. That's awesome, man.
So I wanted to give a little bit of, as we're doing these segments, chasing the three-peat, I just want to give a little bit of background and kind of just, a broad stroke of Arnold and everything that they've accomplished. And
most amazing thing is this isn't a team that's just been together for 3 years. They've had some turnover. Like before last year, they lost 8 starters off that team and came back and finished second in the nation. So there's a process there. There's some coaching there that goes beyond.
Let me ask Kyle this. You deal with all these coaches. You hear all the rumors and that we saw what happened this past year in football, all that. In soccer, if you're a good player in Bay County in soccer, is it a no-brainer where you want to go?
Well, so like Braden Mesker, who was Mr. Florida, I mean, the amount of goals that he scored his senior year was just crazy. It was more than most teams, total. He went to North Florida, and that's a Division I soccer program. If you're, you can go to the next level for sure in soccer, especially under the tutelage of Coach Jonah. If you're a soccer guy, anywhere in the foreseeable area, you're going to Arnold if you want to play with the best.
Yeah,
because the guys like Deshaun
and that's not
Page.
Him going out recruiting.
No. These are guys coming in. They want to play. He's built the program. You want to know the best way to recruit? Win.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah, and get them scholarships.
He's got guys like junior Deshaun Page, phenomenal. Clint Weiser, DeMarco Perez, Josh Moore. River Lamb. These guys are fantastic athletes. And you know what they wanted to do? They wanted to play at the best school. They wanted to, play against the hardest competition because they want to get out of this, town and do it with the talent that they have. And Coach Jonah feeds it.
Good job.
Unprecedented.
And Jim Brandt, Mother's back running the ship.
That's what I heard.
Janice Solaris, Julie, Connie, Betty Sue, and Julie Callahan surprised the other day, and they went up and had you see that picture?
Yeah.
They had a blast, and Tommy couldn't believe it. Tommy was in here yesterday and goes, Janice is the principal.
Well, Janice is like the fix-all, be-all in Bay County. And if somebody's out, they plug her in.
Yeah, the utility
player. Not working, go send Janice.
Congratulations to her. She got awarded Educator of a Lifetime.
Did she really?
Yeah, it's on the billboards going down 77.
Oh my God,
she deserves
it.
Yeah, we love her. 57 years.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and also tonight we'll be there at 7 for the Arnold Bozeman basketball game. Julie's going to be put in. Jeremy Hester, the Booker girls are going to be there. Amber and them are going to be put in there, and that's at 7.
Oh, also at 7 is the last regular season game for Arnold at the Abyss, and they play. Who did they play? Was it Walton? No, they play. Fort Walton Beach.
So the season's almost over.
Yeah. So the regular season, if they win tonight, they'll be 13-1-1.
Let me ask you this: you rattled off how many bazillion wins they got in a row. When's the last time they lost to a Bay County?
Time out. Ask him later because we got to take a break right now. We're way over 7:30. All right, let's talk about some of our great people. That Cajun place. You talking about these NFL ball games? Get out there and watch the National Championship football game Monday, 6:30 kickoff on ESPN. That Cajun place is a place to be to watch it. I don't care what team you pull for, where you show. If you're Alabama, Indiana, Ohio State, Miami, Florida, whatever you are, go watch the game down there. 50-cent pitchers. 50 cent wings, $5 pitchers.
50-cent pitchers.
They'll pack it out. Yeah. That Cajun place. Go check it out. You'll be glad you did. We might be there today, or no, I'll probably go down there tomorrow and watch an NFL game there. Also, skin cancer can be deadly. 1 in 5 develop it. If it doesn't look right, feel right, please don't put it off. Go see Dr. Ward. You listen right now, there's an office near you. Listen to Dr. Ward every Wednesday, 7:30, right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. We talk about Lynn Haven all the time. We love Lynn Haven, no doubt about that. We love the city commissioner, Pat Perna, over there. His restaurant is second to none. Beef O'Brady's Lynn Haven. You talking about a big-time supporter of all schools in Bay County. The guy's incredible. He coaches his employees up. They know how to treat the customer. They're always friendly, always got a smile on their face. The food's always incredible. TV's everywhere. Beef O'Brady's Lynn Haven. And we're already over there. We got to go see Russ and Amber.
Go see Russ and Amber. David Adamson, Designer Jewelry, 830 Highway 77, having Christmas jewelry sized, either make it smaller, make it larger. They can make it fit properly. They will also do a free inspection and a free cleaning at David Adamson Designer Jewelry.
They took care of my girls, I can tell you that.
Yeah, they're awesome. They're great. We'll be right back. Kyle's with us. Jason's with us, Jim's with us, and especially the one and only Wildcat. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. We get back. What's going on in Tallahassee? Jim will tell you in just 1 second.
Home for the NFL. ESPN Northwest Florida.
The AFC divisional round matchup features the Buffalo Bills at the top-seeded Denver Broncos. Denver comes in rested and ready to go after a first-round bye and boasting a ferocious pass rush that has generated the 5th most sacks in NFL history. Coverage starts Saturday at 2:30, kickoff at 3:30 on your home for the NFL and Super Bowl 60.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Discover the new Kia. Stop by Bill Bird Kia today and test drive the all-new 2026 Kia, where comfort, safety, and technology come together like never before. Explore the new 2026 SUV family that moves you and drive away in a new 2026 Seltos, Sportage, or Sorento that are built to inspire every journey. Craving performance? Feel the thrill in the luxurious 2026 Kia K5 sedan, crafted for power, style, and you. And for innovation innovation that sparks excitement, check out the 2026 all-electric Kia EV9, a modern masterpiece that's fast-charging, rugged, and roomy. Bill Bird Kia is the original 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. It's the peace of mind that you can trust. Visit us at 2435 East 15th Street, Panama City, or online at BillBirdKia.PanamaCity.com. Bill Bird Kia, your local community dealer. The 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty is a Bill Bird Kia warranty. See dealer for details.
For exciting college football, the best boiled seafood, and the most game day fun, it's Lone Star Boil House. Watch the games on their huge Jumbotron. Challenge your friends to beer pong, cornhole, and oversized Connect 4 in their new adult lounge. Lone Star Boil House is where the locals go for incredible wings, the best boiled seafood, and a new breakfast menu. Saturday and Sunday starting at 9. Crush the follow on Facebook to catch huge game day specials. Lone Star Boil House, 320 West 5th Street, downtown Panama City.
He's a beacon of light to many and an inspiration to all. The Coach James Hale Show.
Pro-gun, pro-flag, and pro-peace.
Live from the J. Michael Studio. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Florida State, Florida State, Florida State. Woo! Love the Florida State update because it gives me time to talk about two of the favorite people. I love them. John McVay is a legend. Married another legend, Charlotte. Miss Charlotte's absolutely gorgeous, sweetheart, wonderful lady. Always gives back to the community. And they've got 4 wonderful locations for newbies, especially the one over in town's doing really well in St. Andrews, Glenn Manley's favorite place. Then newbies, too, on the Curve, you want to go watch all sporting events. And then we're all going to head down to the mothership sometime during the night on Friday and Saturdays. That's when the best bands in the Southeast are there for your entertainment. Go out there and have a great time and tell them Coach sent you. John, Charlotte, love you guys. Thank you so much. Jim, what do you got for us today?
Well, this is the transfer portal season, and we talked about before the show. This is almost an impossible task. There's like 10,000 kids that went into the portals, and like 7,000 are still looking for somewhere to land. It's really insane. It really is. I can give you a couple. A Florida State one. I'm going to get onto their schedule. I'm an Ohio State person, so we're happy to take Earl Little Jr., who transferred from Florida State. They lost one there. Randy Pittman's going to go to SMU. That really surprised me. I just never thought he would go to SMU. I mean, that's just like completely off the radar. I was thinking somewhere a little bit closer, but
I was thinking to go out of the ACC.
Yeah, so, and then
they made good money then.
SMU's got a lot of money.
Yeah, and then being an Ohio State fan, I listen to their podcasts and that, and their websites, and they were all excited because those, I don't know how you pronounce it, Desir twins, who are edge rushers at Florida State, were in the portal, but they went back out, so they're off the table now, too.
That was a big get for Florida State because they had gotten in the portal with the intentions of going to Ohio State, but they had a buyout, which is kind of rare. So in their NIL deal, the team that was going to sign them had to pay Florida State $1 million if they signed them. So you're starting to see collectives protect themselves a little bit from guys just bailing after getting paid. Yeah. So, but those dudes were productive. I think one of them had 6 sacks as a freshman.
To be honest with you, I was surprised to see how productive one of them was. It's like, dang, as a freshman.
So that's a big get for Florida State. Florida State fans, if you wanted some good news for football, that's some really good news.
Yeah, that was a good.
Did they posture for like restructuring, or
they got a new deal?
Okay. Yeah, I'm sure.
Because yesterday was the last day to visit.
Right.
And then I think they close it. When do they close it?
I think today or tomorrow.
I think today or tomorrow, right? It's about up.
Yeah, it's about done.
But and I don't want to get off on this tangent because we could spend the whole rest of the show on this. I played college football, I've coached my whole life. This is insanity. It truly 100%. Is. And I'll give you the best example. TJ Finley, and I'm not picking on him, and he's just an easy example. He is going to play for listen to what I'm saying now, his 7th school. Okay? That's 7 years, which is insane too, but 7 different schools. And I was telling James before the show, my daughter and I went to an Auburn game in 2021. Bo Nix was still there playing at Auburn. And TJ Finley was on his exact. God, that guy looks like an NBA power forward. He's like 6'7". He's huge. He was at Auburn. That was in 2021. It's like this is going on 6 years later, 5 years later. had 3 schools in between. So
the problem is he's still not very good. I'm sorry to say that.
All right, give me 1 second. He just texted in. He said to let you know he's working on his doctorate. That's the reason it's 7 years.
Well, after 7 years, I would hope so.
a lot of guys go to school for 7 years.
Football, yeah.
Tommy, they're called doctors
and lawyers.
Yeah, so I don't know. So I don't want to go down that road because it's hard for me to find anything positive about that. Yeah, your team may get really good players, but then the next year they're looking for a better deal. Everybody's looking for the bag. It's just discouraging to me.
I'm with you.
It's the wild, wild west, Coach.
Oh, no
and it needs a sheriff to wrangle them in.
The problem is that agents and 17, 18-year-old kids are running the sport. Like, why wouldn't you do what you're doing? I mean, if you can jump in the portal and get an extra $1 million and never play it down a football, why wouldn't you do that?
Lead a school on, take $50,000 from them.
For a visit.
The other thing is the agents aren't even certified. There's some of them are their buddies.
That's why it's the wild, wild west. They're not restricted by any rules, laws. They're just wild, wild west. They just go out there. I mean, some of these guys aren't even registered. Like the NFL, you have to register through certain things. You have to be coached or teached or within their guidelines.
I think there should be a certification or some sort of licensing. That way there's an errors and omissions insurance on it in case you, like the Freddie Freeman thing where his agent did smoke and mirrors to get him to L.A. and he winds up being a bigger contract and taking less money.
And then lied to him.
And then lied to him.
Which I don't believe. I think Freddie Freeman knew it all along because your agent would never lie to you because you would fire him in a minute. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're talking that much money, there's zero chance that guy didn't know what was going on.
What do you mean state income tax?
Exactly. What? I've been living here for 10 years. I've never heard of this.
So that's enough about that. Like I said, we could talk about this for a long time. I mentioned this a couple weeks ago, but I'm going to mention it again now. Here's their schedule. I'm just going to do it by home and away for Florida State next year. Here's their away games next year. We'll start with that. Early in the season, they got Alabama at Alabama. So, James Hale, will you be attending that one?
We'll probably go. Yeah.
So they're going to be at Alabama.
Jared, Leighton, they want to go, so we'll probably go.
So here's
is Alabama going to win the game this time?
Yeah,
I don't know.
That might be a coaching for your job game right there.
Here are Florida State's away games.
Both of them.
Alabama, they got to go to Miami.
That's an L. Sorry.
Yeah, you got to go to Louisville. Got to go to Pitt. And Boston College. That's some pretty competitive.
Louisville's going to be better than people think.
That's a pretty competitive schedule.
They got Ohio State's backup quarterback, Lincoln Klein.
At home, they got a couple of the obligatory cupcakes. They got New Mexico State, Central Arkansas, Clemson, Virginia, SMU, and North Carolina State. ACC took a lot of them. They suck. They're no good. Well,
Jim,
they got a team in the play for the whole thing.
I didn't hear you say Florida. Is Florida in Tallahassee?
In Florida. I'm sorry. I said it's off to the side. In Florida. I'm sorry. That's at home.
Yeah.
So they got always going to have a pretty good schedule. Can they win more than 5? I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I wouldn't think so, but we'll see.
All right, you hit on this transfer thing. He doesn't like it. We don't like it. It's everybody. Every age group is getting sick of it. This baseball used to be the American sport. They'd pack out stadiums. It was a big deal. And it died off for a while. Don't think college football can't die off.
Oh, for sure. I think it is with your hardcore fans, which is us.
Yeah.
That want to, because we've grown up with college football. I mean, that was like our passion, you know what I'm saying? People watch NFL, people watch Major League Baseball. But when you talk about college football, it just had that extra passion where you had that connection to the school. You grew up.
You knew the players.
When you grew up in Ohio, you grew up like looking up to these players in Ohio State. And when that helmet comes in on Saturday and, New Year's Day with the bowl games, it was just tradition in your family.
You knew who the backups were that played, not played every snap, but played. You knew who was coming up.
I will say this about Sankey. He did release a statement that said if they're not going to enforce these rules, because they're not, and there are rules in place with the clearinghouse and stuff like that to approve NIL deals, then he said we're going to have to break away and make up our own rules and govern ourselves. So there is some light at the end of the tunnel. I thought that was really, a step in the right direction for somebody, at least an adult in the room, to come up and at least say that.
Yeah.
Because if NCAA isn't going to enforce these rules, which they're not right now, Now, there's teams like Georgia and even to a certain extent last year where Ohio State were following rules that nobody else was. Like USC was just handing out money. Oregon just handing out money. Texas Tech handing out money. Miami handing out money. And you got these compliance departments that are in place that are like, no, you can't do that. That's against the rule. Nobody's enforcing it. So nobody really knows where the line is. Can we pay this kid? Is this going to get approved? At the end of the day, they can take everybody to court and they win every single time. So the rules don't really matter.
There's no rules.
So for Sankey to say that, like what we talked about, there's no reason we can't call these, amateur athletes and not have to pay all this money out to them. They can set their own rules. They can govern themselves. So I think that's where we're heading. Break away from the NCAA. Figure it out with the conferences that matter, Big Ten, SEC, get together, make your own commissions, make your own rules, and make sure they're enforced. Because
I'm with you. I hope they do.
It's killing the sport right now.
I mean, in the old days, I'd go to Alabama game, no matter who they were playing, it'd be packed out or 98%. Now you don't see that. You see some empty spots up in the top of the stadiums and stuff.
If the NFL's had the rules in place that we have right now, it would die too. I mean, it can't be sustained. Every year is free agency for every single kid, and that can't be sustained.
All right, let's take a break. We'll get back.
Hey, before we take a break, Coach Manley just texted me, and he wanted to let you know specifically that Coach Hammond played football and soccer at Bay for him.
So we won all those games. We technically can take credit.
That.
Let's go. So Bay High 73-0 at home.
Hey, how many games they win at Bay High? Did they win 73 straight? Hey, Dr. Manley, did they win? We're talking about Arnold winning 73 straight. How many's Bay won straight?
Just like
Coach
just letting these two letting you guys know that. I'm just
like Saban's coaching tree in the playoffs. That's
it all started.
Coaching tree.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, I can live with that.
There you go.
You're right. All right, we get back. We're going to talk about we're talking about recruiting and transfers. We'll jump into that just for a little bit. But right now, let's talk about some of the great people we have. I appreciate every single one of you guys out there. The legendary J. Michael's Restaurant. Also, Stevenson Air Conditioning. I love Jason. He graduated from Mosley High School. He starts a company from scratch, family owned. They knock a home run, man. This thing is exploding. People love Stevenson Air Conditioning because they know he's honest. They tell you they're going to do something, they're going to do it. They tell you a price, that's the price. Stevenson Air Conditioning is number one. It's not even close. Ask Jason Kovaleski, anybody, Dr. Mitchell. They bought several from him. They are the best at what they do. Don't go national, go local. Go Stevenson Air Conditioning. You'll be glad you did. This cold weather, don't worry about it. If you're having a problem keeping the house warm, call them now. They'll come out and service it. They'll coach you up. They tell you what you need to do. You'll be warm. Your power bill will go down. I guarantee it. Also, if you're looking for a bike, and who's not, electrical bikes are taking over the world. Steve's got new and used. Steve Burshall, you're talking about local swim coach at Mosley High School, still is. They've been in business, seems like forever. They're on 23rd Street, across from Sam's. Go see Steve. Say, Steve, I got to have a deal. I guarantee you'll be shocked at the deal you'll get at Steve's Bike Shop. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. This is the Lorelei Layton Hale Show. Johnny Hale
Network.
Yeah, Johnny Hale Network. I like that. Be right back.
ESPN Northwest Florida, the Paul Feinbaum Show.
Let's check in with Andre in the ATL. Hello, Andre. Good afternoon.
Hey, what's going on, Coach Feinbaum? Sound like you're a little bit under the weather cheering for them Ole Miss Rebels from Oxford, Mississippi, Coach. Is that true?
Had a little bit too much hotty-toddy last night out in Phoenix.
Paul Feinbaum, weeknights, 6 to 10 on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with your forecast on this Friday. Some sun this afternoon and evening with a moderate breeze around 13 miles per hour out of the south, and look for the high to be 62. Tonight, there will be a mixture of very light rain and some clouds with the temperature reaching 57. Mostly cloudy in the morning, but otherwise light showers tomorrow with a high of 63. This weather is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for listening to ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
If you spend any time at all in your yard, you're going to encounter fire ants.
We know they can ruin a party. That's why we're this area's experts at fire ant elimination.
As your certified top choice professional, we will rid your yard of these unwanted invaders. Brock Pest is so sure they'll get rid of fire ants that they offer a 1-year guarantee.
Enjoy your yard fire ant free. We guarantee it. Give us a call for your free consultation.
Brock Lawn and Pest Control. Our family protecting yours since 1968.
Are you living with chronic pain, anxiety, or sleepless nights? You don't have to just get by. You deserve to thrive. At Thrive Alternative Medicine on Panama City Beach Parkway, Dr. Laughlin and counselor Suzanne Clark provide a compassionate path to relief. From medical marijuana card certifications to professional mental health counseling, managing conditions like PTSD, chronic pain, and the complexities of cancer. Book online at thrivealternativemedicine.com. Thrivealternativemedicine.com. Find the relief you deserve.
If you got more A's on your truck than you did in high school, you might be a Bama fan. Now back to the Coach James Hale Show on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Glenn Manley song here, 104.3.
Manley wrote this.
Northwest Florida. Don't forget, this weekend, right here on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. It's getting sad. We're getting closer where football will be completely over. But at 3:30, got the Bills at the Broncos. 7 o'clock that night, 49ers at Seahawks. And then on Sunday, January 18th, right here on ESPN Northwest Florida, 2 o'clock kickoff, the Texans at the Patriots. And you got the Rams at the Bears. That kicks off at 5:30, right here on 104.3 ESPN Northwest
We've got
Florida.
arena football in the spring.
Nah, I don't care about arena.
What is that?
In arena. I'll put something in your arena. All right, here we go. Top high school.
Where the girls dress up in lingerie.
You combine the top high school recruits you sign with the transfers you brought in. This is what these experts come up with. And how do they do that when it's not even over yet? But we'll go over it anyway. Before I do that, I got breaking news. The Iron Bowl last night, women's basketball played at Auburn. Auburn Tigers 58, Alabama Crimson Tide 54. Congratulations.
Cheaters. Fire.
Yeah.
It just means
I'm going to start at 15 and work my way down.
No, you
combine your recruiting, combine your recruiting and what you've brought in
for portal.
Yes.
So this is your combined class ready for this
How many are in the SEC in the top 4?
Here we go. Number 15 from the Florida Gators. New head coach has done a really good job. Summerall's done a good job. At number 15, we have the Florida Gators out of the SEC.
I think they came out smelling like a rose with the coaching situation. I know they wanted Lane, but
doesn't happen to you. It happens for you.
That's a headache waiting to happen. He's going to be looking and talking with other jobs every year.
He'll be at Alabama in 2 years.
That's my point.
14, number 14, out of the SEC, the Oklahoma Sooners. Okay. Not excited. Number 13, a billionaire that's made him good in every sport across the board. Softball, you name it, he can make them good.
Texas Tech,
yes, out of the Big 12. At number 13, with a new hire out of the Big 10, the Michigan Wolverines. They lost some good players. They brought some in.
For what they went through, they came out smelling like a rose.
Yeah, we all thought, yeah.
Because nobody thought Whittingham was coming back, and for them to snatch him out of there with the program he built, and that's going to bring toughness back there.
Well, just think, Jason.
They're going to get recruits.
Just think. If this would have happened 5 years ago, what they did when the NCAA had some teeth, they would have been pounded.
There have been 2 years probation or bowl.
They would strip the national champion.
They even said that was worthy of that. They just didn't want to punch the kids that were there. And I'm like,
so they're fortunate. They got to give them credit. At number 11, they got a millionaire down there that takes care of them. Miami out of the ACC.
He's a billionaire.
Yeah. Number 10, the Georgia Bulldogs.
Good for Georgia.
Number 9, Lane Kiffin and LSU. And number 8, out of the SEC. Number 8, Tennessee. Number 7, Alabama.
Not as bad as it sounds, huh?
Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see. Number 6, Oregon. I thought they'd be higher, honestly.
They got a lot of players from the previous 2 classes that they're paying. So this year,
keep them. Yeah. Okay. Number 5, Texas A&M. Number 4, USC's got money now.
USC's got unlimited funds. If they get their stuff together and they find a coach, whether it's Lincoln Riley or somebody in the future, that's a very, very much a sleeping giant right there.
It doesn't mean...
You think Lincoln Riley's the guy?
No, I don't. That's the problem because they got unlimited funds and talent, and they get everything.
We just got one of their best players, I think. Anyway, this is the one. Doesn't mean you're going to win that. Indiana, you don't hear Indiana's name anywhere, and look what they're doing. But let's get the top 4. These are the big boys. At number 4, it was USC. At number 3 was the Ohio State Buckeyes. At number 2, and thank you, got 3 new players from Alabama. Thank you for that.
No, thank you.
You're welcome. Number 2.
Thank you, Kalen DeBoer.
Yeah, number 2, and they got unlimited funds, Texas Longhorns.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And number 1, I didn't know this, number 1, Notre Dame.
Really?
Yeah. We know they got money. You know they got money.
They be stacking gold in that Vatican, boy.
Yeah. They're backed by the Catholic Church, baby.
You can go to any city in the country that has a Catholic church, and they're like, Notre Dame.
What were we just talking about before we came back? We were getting into it, and then we had some good points.
Talking about how Coach Glenn Manley's the GOAT.
No, not recruiting. Transfer portal.
Yeah.
Transfer deal.
And the SEC's talking about maybe breaking away.
Yeah, talk about that.
Well, Sankey just came out and said, look, if they're not going to force these rules, because there is a House settlement out there that says so there's revenue sharing, which every school has.
Is that what Ted Cruz is proposing right now?
I don't know. I haven't seen what he proposed. This has already been
listening to
no, that's in the Senate.
Okay.
Ted Cruz
So this has already been decided. So the clearinghouse is supposed to review every single NIL deal, and if they don't feel like it's legitimate, like, hey, Arch Manning is the face of college football, whether you like it or not. So, if Mercedes comes in and offers him a deal, that's a legitimate NIL deal. Yeah. They're going to make money off him. He's going to make money off of them. But to pay a high school kid that's 17 years old, that's never stepped on the field, that nobody knows his name, $2 million or $3 million, whatever the going price for a quarterback is now, that's supposed to go to the clearinghouse, and they can say, nah, this isn't really legitimate. That's outside of the revenue sharing. The revenue sharing is the amount of money each school gets to be able to pay. Now, they can pay women's basketball. They can play men's basketball. Obviously, they're not doing that. It's all going for college football, but most schools have about $20 to $25 million from the revenue sharing that they can distribute however they want. If they want to give Jeremiah Smith $10 million, the rest of the team $10, they can do that. But the NIL deals are supposed to go through the clearinghouse and either be approved or not approved. That's the rule that nobody's listening to. Georgia came out, Kirby came out and said, if we're not going to force these, what are we doing here? Sankey came out and backed him up. He also said if this isn't going to be enforced, then the SEC is going to have to look of leaving the NCAA and creating our own enforcement rules center and governing ourselves. So I thought that was a step in the right direction for somebody in the room to come out and actually say that.
Posture.
Big Ten needs to jump in there with him.
That's where he's posturing for, to get the
When
Big
has
Ten.
governing yourself ever worked out?
Hey.
Anything could be better than what's going on now.
The history teacher's going to jump in here.
It's called the United States.
Sarcastically, okay?
Yeah, look at it.
So let's go back 1860, secession. Okay, we don't want to follow the rules the way they are, so we're going to jump outside our own country. How'd that work out for you there, SEC? How'd that work out? And you know who brought you back? Ulysses Grant from Ohio. I'm just saying.
I do think it's funny that.
But we told the King of England to kiss our butt. We're not going to do what you want anymore. How'd that work out?
Over a half cent tax.
How did that happen?
And now we're getting taxed at 30%. We're all like, thank you, Daddy.
Yeah. Well,
I do have a question, though. What do you think the over-under is on this coming up year and next year with these kids learning what taxes are and penalties and some of them not paying and some of
they're going to be like,
what?
You
imagine? What? What is this?
Imagine
I already spent that.
Yeah, exactly. You get $1 million check.
$1 million.
And the government comes.
600,000.
We want our 300,000.
Mama takes care of my books.
Yeah.
All right.
She says she need a new house.
Jay, we got Kyle and I got it. We got all the answers to what they need to do.
Yeah.
You come in as a freshman, and just hear me out. You come in as a freshman, SEC, Big Ten, will be able to pay a little bit more than the other conference because they make more. Whatever that number is, as a freshman across the board, if you come in revenue sharing, this is what you're going to make as a freshman. You stay the next year here in the Big Ten, SEC, this is what it's going to be as a sophomore, junior, and a senior. And it's going to go up every single year. Thank you for your service. Now, NIL is going to be completely different what it is right now. School's not going to have anything coming up. We don't want the NIL money. You're going to get an agent, and you can go do what the NFL does. You're a great quarterback, and you're worthy of being on the Coke commercial, your agent and Coke are going to work it out. It's going to have nothing to do with the school. That's what NIL really is.
That's what it's supposed to be.
As long as it don't mess with your grades or practice, you can do whatever you want on your own time.
Go make what you can make. We're not going to have anything to do with it.
It's American capitalism. Go do it.
And if you find a coach that talks to a booster that owns a company, he's gone. He's fired.
That's what the clearinghouse was designed for. So there's actually a system in place that governs that. They just don't enforce it because they know, because these colleges now have teams of lawyers that are like just waiting for them to try to stop them just so they could take them to court and laugh them out of court, because they're just not, they have not won a court case. That's, people are like, what's the NCAA going to do? Well, they can't do anything because every time they go to court, they lose. And I don't understand it. I mean, why we got rid of the amateur status was head scratching to me. Like, to me, that opened up the can of worms that we're never going to put back in.
I think you can do what we just talked about. I think that's what they do in the NFL. The team ownership has nothing to do with getting those guys NIL deals.
With any plan that we come up with, you have to have willing compliance.
Right.
And we all know.
You're on the same page. You're right.
That's not going to happen.
It's like right now, Jim, you're right.
There's always going to be those rogues out there that do their own thing with no consequences.
If you want to look at just a case, and that's nothing to do with like the portal, but the Michigan case, we all know they cheated. We all know that.
Everybody knows.
Everybody knew that. They did absolutely nothing to them. You know, so why would any team of any stature that's spending all this money follow any rule at this point? Like, there's no enforcement staff in college football. It's like the government saying, you owe us money, but you know what? We don't have anybody collect it, so just do whatever you want.
When people quit coming to the games and people quit buying these money just to get tickets, all that stops, they're going to have to do something.
And I guarantee if they go to 24 teams in the playoffs, a lot of people are going to be like, what do we do in the regular season? The regular season.
Why should I go watch?
The entire top 25 makes the playoffs. Why go to a regular season game? Who cares who you
I'll
schedule?
go just to the big games, and that's it.
Yeah, it'll be like the NBA. It'll be like NFL. A lot of people, used to live and die week to week by those.
And what's that do to the cities that were making millions every weekend? They lose it.
But look at some of the tickets for these semifinal games. You went to the Cotton Bowl for $50.
Rose Bowl, same thing.
Yeah.
Bro, parking at Coral Gables,
$740.
That's a different animal there.
$800.
You got a home team versus
the park. The parking ticket.
People went in there and bought them all up. Now they're selling them on the secondary market for like.
That's what we're talking about. They're going. Well, it's kind of misleading. Some of the hotels where like Indiana people are coming out, they'll have shuttles for them.
For sure.
But like when we went and you park there, and you buy the ticket along with your parking ticket along with your.
Yeah, they give you the QR with it.
Yeah,
but if you've ever been to Miami, parking is like that premium.
If you don't have that ticket's invaluable right now. If somebody's not even going to the game, has a ticket, they're making $700, $800 selling it.
Cheapest ticket's $3,000 on.
In Indiana, people are paying it. I mean, people are paying it. That's crazy.
They got the perfect storm for the most expensive national championship game in history. You got a home team versus the biggest alumni base.
They're making it for only the haves and the have-nots get to enjoy.
It's a corporate event now.
What is the NFL?
Think about if you wanted to take you and your two kids, that's $9,000 in the nosebleeds.
Can you go to a Super Bowl game? Just an average guy? No, you can't.
Really.
There's no way. And that's what we're headed, it looks like. All right, let's take a break. We get back. We got Jeff coming on.
Nice.
All right, let's talk about some of our great people. Love Patrick. Listen to Patrick every Monday right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. Turf Pro Pest Control, #1, not even close. You want that yard look like a golf course. You don't want any bugs in your house. You don't want bugs eating up your yard. No, you don't. Go Turf Pro Pest Control. I guarantee you'll be glad you did. He is definitely local. His daughter is a beautiful cheerleader at Mosley High School. Turf Pro Pest Control, #1. We got the legend in here, Kyle Vandegrift, right now. Vandy Roofing. It's not just roof. They can do anything, man. They can design it. They can build it. Bring them your plans. They can do it. Commercial, residential, it doesn't matter. They're licensed and everything. Every way you can be licensed. They're the best. Locals, and nobody's more local. The family is a legendary family. His dad, mom have touched more lives than probably anybody out there. His dad coached seems like forever over at Jinx. Mother administrator forever. Wonderful people. Raised two wonderful sons, and both of them extremely well. Steve's Bike Shop, you talking about locals. Mosley Swim Coach does a great job there. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Colin Calvert. The Matt Stafford-Drake May MVP, and it's down to those two. Folks, I don't think it's terribly close. 13 of 14 New England wins were against teams with losing records. The best team New England played was Buffalo, and they don't have a good defense. Sorry, I got to go with Matt Stafford.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd.
Weekdays at 1.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with your forecast on this Friday. Some sun this afternoon and evening with a moderate breeze around 13 miles per hour out of the south, and look for the high to be 62. Tonight, there will be a mixture of very light rain and some clouds with the temperature reaching 57. Mostly cloudy in the morning, but otherwise light showers tomorrow with a high of 63. This weather is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for listening to ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Discover the new Kia. Stop by Bill Bird Kia today and test drive the all-new 2026 Kia, where comfort, safety, and technology come together like never before. Explore the new 2026 SUV family that moves you and drive away in a new 2026 Seltos, Sportage, or Sorento that are built to inspire every journey. Craving performance? Feel the thrill in the luxurious 2026 Kia K5 sedan, crafted for power, style, and you. And for innovation that sparks excitement, check out the 2026 all-electric Kia EV9, a modern masterpiece that's fast-charging, rugged, and roomy. Bill Bird Kia is the original 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. It's the peace of mind that you can trust. Visit us at 2435 East 15th Street, Panama City, or online at BillBirdKia.PanamaCity.com. Bill Bird Kia, your local community dealer. The 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty is a Bill Bird Kia warranty. See dealer for details.
Are you living with chronic pain, anxiety, or sleepless nights? You don't have to just get by. You deserve to thrive. At Thrive Alternative Medicine on Panama City Beach Parkway, Dr. Laughlin and counselor Suzanne Clark provide a compassionate path to relief. From medical marijuana card certifications to professional mental health counseling, managing conditions like PTSD, chronic pain, and the complexities of cancer. Book online at thrivealternativemedicine.com. Thrivealternativemedicine.com. Find the relief you deserve.
WGSX Lynn Haven, W Field 2, Port St. John. Powered by Panama City Toyota. ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Coach Stephen Pearl, your home for Auburn basketball on the Panhandle. Is 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Now back to the Coach James Hale Show, live from the J. Michael Studio. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
And now from the J. Michael Studio, the Alabama Auburn Update.
Roll Tide, y'all.
With Jeff Spiegel, sports anchor from Birmingham, Alabama's ABC 3340. The Alabama Auburn Update every Friday morning on the Coach Hale Show on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Thank you. I have one.
Jeffrey's broken down on the side of the road, and he's still taking time out to do this
Did
show.
he break down, really? It's cold up there, man. Let's bring him on now. I want to get warm. Jeff, how you doing this morning, sir? Jeff?
He got his AAA.
I don't see it. Like you said, he was actually getting his car worked on somewhere, so he was going in and out. Jeff, you there?
Hey, yes, I'm here.
What happened?
There's the man.
Was it the icy roads that got you, or what happened?
No, here's the deal. We got a new car, well, a used car, several 3,000 miles ago. So I'm getting it serviced today.
Oh, okay.
So no big deal.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good. Wildcat's real dramatic. He says
goodness,
he says you got run over by a deer or something. I don't know what he was talking about.
Broke down on the side of the road
I like
alone.
because more people listen. It gets their attention. That was good. I like that. Anyway, all right, Jeff. The question to you today to open the show up, because I'm really upset about this. We got embarrassed by Cam Coleman. We lost the running back from NC State. Who makes the final call at Alabama when a coach wants a player? Is it the athletic director, the Booster Club chairman, the general manager, or the head football coach? Because I can't understand, if we really wanted these two guys, we couldn't match Texas, we couldn't match other schools. We're in trouble if we can't match them. So how's this stuff work?
Wow, that's a really good question. I don't know. I thought you were in charge of all that. But,
he is.
That's why they're losing all them players.
I'm mistaken.
They won't even pay for my lunch.
No, listen. I mean, come on now. I mean, if you're Cam Coleman, and let's say the final two was Alabama and Texas, or let's be real now. Now, are you going to go to Alabama, where you're going to have an unproven quarterback come up, or are you going to go to Texas, where you have Arch Manning, who showed signs of being a superstar last year and will be a superstar next year? I mean, the choice to me, is obvious. You go to Texas because, you're going to get a chance to catch a lot of footballs over there, and you don't know what you've got, with Keelan Russell and Austin Mack. So, I mean, to me, I never thought Alabama was going to get Cam Coleman. So, to me, that was, an obvious choice for Cam to make.
So we hire his coach from Auburn to come over here knowing that we wanted to get him, and we still didn't get him.
Yes.
I think that'd be a yes.
That hurts. That hurt my heart.
Well, it's worse if you paid him $50,000 to visit, and then
was it true? Was it true that we paid him $50,000 just to come visit? Is that true? That's what's being said.
I pray that's not what happened. But I mean, it wouldn't surprise me at all, because it is ridiculous. I mean, what's happening here, and how we're just how so much money is being spent, on just visits. But understand the price tag was pretty steep for him. I thought the only shot that Alabama would have of getting him would be when Isaiah Horton decided to leave.
Yeah.
And I go, well, there's an opening. Cam can kind of take over and be, wide receiver, number one. But it didn't work out that way. So, look, they're going to find some guys to catch the ball, and I think they're going to find a good quarterback. But certainly Cam was the one that I'm shaking my head about is Hollywood Smothers.
Yeah.
I mean, the kid enrolls in classes.
He's in he's there. Yeah.
And then he jumps ship and goes to Texas. So, I don't know. Good luck to those guys. But I always tell people this: if you could just get to football season, because from the end of the season to the beginning of the season, so many things happen that'll just make you turn your stomach.
Yep.
And the older you get, the more your stomach turns over all this crap.
Jeff, let me ask you about Ty Simpson. Was it true that he was offered $6.5 million to go play at Miami, and then he turned it down, saying, "I'm not"?
Well, those are the reports, and also I think there was a strong tug, from Tennessee, his home state school.
Right.
But give Ty Simpson credit. I mean, he stayed true. He stayed true to Alabama. I mean, this is a guy who hung in there and waited his turn to play quarterback.
Right.
And in his opinion, it would have been sacrilegious for him to go to another school and play football, other than Alabama. So, he's going the pro route. Best of luck to him. And I know there were some people who, were a little put out, with this play at times this year. But look, I think the guy served the university well, and I think people should be really proud of him.
Right.
All right. Well, I want to get back to the run back from NC State. Did you hear Bama could have matched what Texas was going to get him? He would stay, or did he just bolt in the middle of the night?
I think he just bolted in the middle of the night. I mean, I really do. I think Texas, probably was. Yeah, I don't know how much the Cam Coleman decision had on him. I don't know if it's the fact. Again, listen, the Arch Manning effect here is very powerful. I mean, this guy is. He's going to have a great year next year. I don't think there's any doubt about it. And I think if you're gonna be a running back in an offense, I mean, you want a good quarterback. You want a guy who people respect the way he throws the football, and that opens up things in the running game. So I think, and plus, this guy's also a pretty good pass catcher out of the backfield. I mean, to me, he was a Jahmyr Gibbs clone.
Yeah.
And he would have been a great pickup for Alabama. I think he would have been, I think, the answer to what the running game needed. But he went off to Texas, and you just have to move on from there.
All right. Talk about the 3 we lost to Ohio State. What did we lose there?
Oh, to the Buckeyes.
Yeah. The Buckeye boys want to hear this. We got 2 of them in here right now.
Yeah. Well, re-enlighten me on this.
James Smith.
Yep.
Rousseau, the defensive end. Yep. And then there was a defensive back that hadn't played in 2 years.
He came from Michigan.
Calhoun.
Came from Michigan.
Yep. Well, I think James Smith is a loss. And Rousseau is a loss. He has some issues, being healthy and all that. Certainly it worked out pretty well for Seth McLaughlin, when he went over there, to the Buckeyes. I think both those guys have, incredible, ability and incredible upside. You're good. You're just, roster turnover is just going to happen.
Yeah.
In this day and age of the portal, and you have to rebuild your roster the best way you can, and that's the big challenge for coaches now. Is when guys leave, find guys that can fill those spots.
Jeff, we got to take a break in a second, but what about the coaching staff? I hope we bring a new strength coach in, or keep the strength coach we have, add somebody to focus in on the free weight, powerlifting, get them bigger, stronger.
Offensive
I think
line.
that's especially. I think that's dropped off.
Offensive line.
They've done a great job with getting them speed, but the lift, they're just not strong anymore. What about the coaching staff? What are you hearing? Is he going to make any changes? You heard anything?
I don't hear anything about coaching changes at all. I mean, I think he's pretty comfortable with what he's got. I mean, I think the coordinators, I think Grubb and Womack are solid. The only change that I thought he might make would be offensive line, but there's been no movement there because, they've got mass, but they don't kick enough, what.
Yeah.
I mean, the pancake block is like a thing of the past now. They don't push people down. They don't get people out of the way. So
not strong enough.
I thought maybe they might make a change there, but they haven't so far.
Okay. All right, we're going to take a break. We'll come back with Jeff, talk a little about the Auburn Tigers, what's going on down there. But right now, let's talk about some of the great people we have. Beef O'Brady's in Lynn Haven. You want a great meal today? You're in Lynn Haven. There's only one place to go. That's Beef O'Brady's. Pat, city commissioner over there, does a great job. Also, I want to thank Stevenson Air Conditioning for the Alabama update. Anytime day or night, and it's going to be really cold the next 3 or 4 days. If your house is just not getting any warmer, but you hear it running, all you're doing is throwing money out the window. Call Stevenson Air Conditioning now. Don't put it off. Call them now. Wherever you're at in the panhandle, call them now. They'll be out there quickly. They'll solve all issues. Stevenson Air Conditioning, #1. You're already over in Lynn Haven. You went to Beef O'Brady's. You had a great lunch. You want to get some great jewelry? You want a great deal? Go see Russ and Amber. Where are they located?
830 Highway 77.
What's the name of the establishment?
David Adamson Designer Jewelry, and they will inspect your jewelry and clean it for free. And if you're a little short on cash, gold and silver at an all-time high. If you had some old gold or silver, they will buy it right off of you and give you the best price for it. David Adamson Designer Jewelry.
We'll be right back with a living legend, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Jeffrey will be right back.
Weather in the Panhandle never stops. Turn to 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with your latest forecast.
Up to the minute weather reports all day long.
A chance of thunderstorms and moderate rain.
In-depth storm coverage.
Winter Storm Enzo.
And breaking weather as it happens.
Hurricane Helene.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
We do have a tropical storm warning.
Rely on it.
Good morning. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with your forecast on this Friday. Some sun this afternoon and evening with a moderate breeze around 13 miles per hour out of the south, and look for the high to be 62. Tonight, there will be a mixture of very light rain and some clouds with the temperature reaching 57. Mostly cloudy in the morning with otherwise light showers tomorrow with a high of 63. This weather is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for listening to ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
time to live life grand at the new Point Grand Panama City apartment home. Now leasing spacious 2-bedroom apartments at Point Grand, featuring high-end interior and modern amenities like a relaxing pool, 24-hour gym, and on-site pet spa. Pet friendly at Point Grand. No breed restrictions, no weight restrictions. Come on over and tour the brand new Point Grand and bring your buddy. 723 West 19th Street, Panama City. Pop in now. 723 West 19th Street.
It's game day. Are your moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keeping you from the action? Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, could help you get back to the game. Skyrizi is proven to help people feel significant symptom relief, achieve remission, and visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining. Skyrizi is a prescription injection medicine for adults. Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's or ulcerative colitis.
Control is everything to me.
Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 prescribed biologic in Crohn's and ulcerative colitis combined. Learn more at skyrizi.com or 1-866-SKYRIZI.
He's a 10-foot-tall, barrel-chested beast man who showers in vodka and feeds his baby shrimp scampi.
I'm kind of a big deal.
Please welcome.
Ain't gonna hurt.
Live and local from the J. Michaels studio, the Coach James Hale Show, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Eagle, hey! Let's bring Jeff back on quickly. Again, Buford Brazen, you got to have a great time today. Watch all the NFL playoff games this weekend. Monday night national championship game. Buford Brazen, Lynn Haven. Jeff, the Auburn Tigers, they've lost some great players. They brought some really good ball players in from South Florida. I looked at the top 15. If you combine what you've brought in, recruited, and transfers, Auburn did not make the top 15. Alabama was at number 7. A lot of schools in SEC did, but I tell you what, I've watched South Florida play. You know, we watched them against Alabama a couple of years. They beat Florida. They beat Florida. They've got some good ball players there, especially the skill positions. I think Auburn picked up some really good ball players. But what's your take on it? If you're an Auburn fan, how would you feel right now? What they've lost and what they brought in? How do you feel about that?
Well, I always feel good about it. I mean, there's been a lot of traffic. I mean, it seems like, every day they're picking up, someone else from the portal. Yesterday they got an offensive lineman from Oregon State, Jacob Strand, who, started 6 games last year. He's got a lot of experience there at Oregon State, 5th offensive lineman that they brought in. And they had to bolster that position group because, they pretty much lost everybody. Some people, it was good for them to lose, but they had to rebuild, that room. And then also the defensive tackle, Walter Mathis Jr. from LSU, who, is a freshman, last year, made an impact on the team. So, a lot of years of eligibility, left for him. So those were good moves. I mean, I'm really impressed with the quarterback, with Byron Brown. I mean, I think he's going to be really good. I know I've heard some people who are, kind of skeptical. Well, can he translate, from the American Conference to the SEC style of football and all that stuff? And I tell people, well, Cam Newton did okay from Glenn Junior College to Auburn. Yeah. Trinidad Chambliss did pretty well.
Look at Ole Miss.
To Ole Miss. Yeah. So, and I was also impressed with this, that 5 receivers followed him, from South Florida, to Auburn, which tells you a little bit about the chemistry, that he's built up with those guys. Like if he was a jerk, no matter what his stats were, those guys wouldn't want anything to do with him. But they're willing to go with him and try to make that Auburn passing game really fly.
All right, Auburn basketball real quick. What do you think? How good are they going to be this year? What's your take on Auburn right now?
I think that's the answer.
Exactly.
Not much. Wildcat.
I think that's the answer.
Jeff?
Yes.
There we go.
I lost you for a second.
That's all right. What's about Auburn basketball? Coach, his son's taking over. What do you think about the job so far?
Well, they're off to a 1-3 start, and I think he desperately needed that win over Arkansas because they started out 0-2, and there would have been a lot of murmuring, a lot of griping, and all that stuff if they had started 0-3. So that was an impressive win, over the Hogs. Well, then they go to Missouri, and I'm telling you, it is really hard to win these basketball games on the road. And Missouri is a legit basketball team. I mean, their two other conference wins were over Florida, who I think everyone would agree is playing some of the best basketball in the country right now, and then Kentucky, Kentucky got off to a slow start, but Kentucky is Kentucky, and they're starting to get it going now. So, Missouri's a really good basketball team. Stephen wasn't happy with the way they came out, but came out kind of flat. Keyshawn Hall was held to 10 points. Whenever your leading scorer who's coming off back-to-back 32-point games only gets 10, I mean, that's not a good recipe for success, on the road. So, this is a new team, kind of a young team, and they're learning, these hard lessons that you have to learn when you play in this league.
We've been so dominant in just about every sport in the SEC. Gymnastics, number one team in the country, girls softball, unbelievable. Track, you name it, really good. Are we going to keep it going in baseball?
Yeah, I mean, I think Auburn's got the best coach around. I think Thompson is terrific, and I think there's certainly a bright future out there for them. I mean, they in fact. I was talking to an Auburn fan yesterday who was kind of disgruntled, with a loss to Missouri, and he goes, well, at least we've got baseball season. So, I think a lot of Auburn fans feel really good about what's going on the diamond.
All right, I want to go back to basketball. Speaking of not just the SEC, but throughout the country. I don't know. Looking at I don't watch as much as I should, but what I see, I would probably put the Big 12 number one, Big 10 second, SEC third this year. Am I crazy about that?
Well, I think Arizona and Michigan have pretty much separated themselves, from the rest of the group. I know Michigan lost to Wisconsin over the weekend, but those guys are still good. One of their best players is a transfer from UAB, Yaxel Lindeborg, who is just fantastic. He's like a double-double machine.
Could have been a lottery pick this year.
I mean, yeah, oh yeah, and those two teams seem to be better than everybody else. Although, as I mentioned, it's hard to argue that Florida could get in that group. If they keep going, they're killing everybody the last 3 or 4 games. They went to Oklahoma and won by I think 17 points or something like that. It was a 22-point game at the half. So, I mean, those guys are really cooking, too.
How good is Texas?
Well, I think Texas turned the corner at Alabama.
Yeah.
They started out 0-2, and Sean Miller really challenged them and kind of got their grill, and then they came out and they took care of business at Alabama. I mean, and they answered every charge that Alabama made. Every time Alabama got some momentum going and Nate Oates was over there on the sidelines, throwing up his hands and all that stuff and getting the crowd into it. Then one of those great guards, Marks, Poole just knocked down a big three, and then and they just kind of took off, and then they beat Vanderbilt, and I think Texas looks like one of the stronger teams in the league right now.
We went and saw them in preseason. They were looking
That's
good.
right, you were out there.
Yeah.
You got a good coach now, too,
We got to talk about the national championship game. I've got to get your input on that. We're getting ready.
Hey, real quick before we do that, the Caden Magwood, the last 2 games he set for non-injury reasons. What's the scuttlebutt behind that?
Well, I don't know, but I think as the year goes, you teams got to figure out, who they are. who the guys they can count on, game in and game out, and that's an ongoing progress. I mean, I looked at some video, some Auburn video a couple of days ago, and I saw him in the lineup, and I just didn't see that he added anything, to the lineup. And that's and you just got to figure out who's going to play for you and who's not, and that could be one of those decisions, that Stephen made there.
Jeff, this was an article about Heisman Trophy winners at certain positions in the national championship game. They said this might not ever happen again. That's hard to say. Something might not ever happen again. But the best wide receiver performance ever in a national championship game is someone that's won a Heisman Trophy. Of course, there's only been two that's won it. So Devontae Smith, and played 2 quarters in the national championship game, 12 receptions, 215 yards, 3 touchdowns versus Ohio State in the national championship game. They think that might not ever happen again. He really only played about a half of a football game. What do you think? Was that one of the best performances of a Heisman Trophy winner, regardless of what position?
Okay, who is that again? You dropped out on me again.
Devontae Smith, 12 receptions, 215 yards, 3 touchdowns, and about a half a game.
Yeah, because he broke a finger or something like that in the second half, right?
Yeah, but it helped. They had a inside linebacker covering him. That kind of helped.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I want to say this about Devontae Smith. They don't give that trophy to wide receivers. I mean, they just don't. I mean, you look at the history of the Heisman winners, and there aren't many wide receivers that win that thing.
Right.
His year in 2020 was just unfreaking believable. And everybody, talks about, well, what was the Heisman moment? To me, it's when he climbed the ladder in Baton Rouge.
LSU.
And caught that pass against LSU. But he was so dominant at that position. Now, the guy only weighs, like 150 pounds or something like that?
He's not very big.
I mean, I see him out there in the NFL, and I think he's going to get broken in half. But the guy is just, what a phenomenal football player he was that day. And then that whole year was just pretty remarkable.
Jeff, I know you're busy. We got to take a break. You got 5 minutes. We can get your pick on the national championship game?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, let's take a break. And do I have time to do anything? Okay, let's talk about some of our great people. The legendary J. Michael's Restaurant. Hey, today you will love it. Crisp fish, grilled fish, peppers, onions, and rice. It's incredible. Go check it out. It's healthy. It's great. Ice cold beer, steaks, burgers, pork chops, you name it. They got everything at the legendary J. Michael's in beautiful Panama City Beach. Hey, skin cancer can be deadly. All it takes is 5 minutes. I don't care where you're at in the Panhandle, Florida. Dr. Ward's got offices everywhere. All it takes is 5 minutes. Doesn't look right, feel right. Go get it checked out. Don't play around with that. Listen to Dr. Ward every Wednesday, 7:30, right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. Don't forget about that Cajun place. We'll be down there Saturday morning watching one of these NFL football games. The playoffs start, and you listen right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. But get down to the Cajun place. 50-cent wings, $5 pitchers. That Cajun place on Thomas Drive. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
The Dan Patrick Show.
Did they benefit from this with Lane Kiffin leaving? He doesn't want us. They kind of rallied around this. And I know it sounds strange that the guy who recruited all these players, built this team, got you in this position. Were you better because Lane Kiffin wasn't your coach last night?
It's the Dan Patrick Show, weekday mornings from 9 till 11. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Golf is a game that should be fun, but to have the most fun, you need to play your best. That's where the experts at Golf Plus come in. Their friendly staff will guide you through the buying process, answer all your questions, and can help with any repairs you need along the way. Golf Plus is your custom fitting, club repair, and golf retail shop. Golf Plus staff is non-commissioned and will work with you to find the best product for your game, just like they've been doing since 1988. Golf Plus in Panama City Beach. Fitting, repair, retail. That's Golf Plus.
Are you living with chronic pain, anxiety, or sleepless nights? You don't have to just get get by. You deserve to thrive. At Thrive Alternative Medicine on Panama City Beach Parkway, Dr. Laughlin and counselor Suzanne Clark provide a compassionate path to relief, from medical marijuana card certifications to professional mental health counseling, managing conditions like PTSD, chronic pain, and the complexities of cancer. Book online at thrivealternativemedicine.com. Thrivealternativemedicine.com. Find the relief you deserve.
Short-term rental owners, are you getting the income your beach property should be earning? At Ocean's Door Getaways, we help owners increase revenue while removing the stress of day-to-day management. From dynamic pricing and 5-star guest experiences to hands-on local care, we do it all. Ocean's Door Getaways is offering a free rental income analysis and strategy call. Call now, 850-308-5494. Ocean's Door Getaways, 850-308-5494.
Want to know the inside scoop on your favorite teams? From the gridiron to the hardwood to the diamond. For comprehensive sports coverage, it's ESPN Northwest Florida. Now back to the Coach James Hale Show inside the J. Michael Studio.
And welcome back, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Jeff Spiegel out of the great state of Alabama. Everything you need to know about Alabama.
Jeff.
Not just football, basketball, baseball, anything. The guy's incredible. Let's bring him back on. I want to take on the national championship game. Jeff?
Yeah, I want to hear his pick.
Yeah, let's look at who they've played. And it really doesn't even matter who they played. This one team has gotten better and better and better. People say it might be the greatest team in college football history. They beat Old Dominion 27-14. They beat Kennesaw State 56-9. They beat Indiana State 73-0. They beat Illinois. This is what got my attention. They beat Illinois 63-10. They beat Iowa 20-15. They beat Oregon 30-20 the first time. They beat Michigan State 38-18. UCLA 56-6. They beat Maryland 55-10. Penn State, I watched that game. That was a heck of a football game. They beat Penn State 27-24. When I watched that game, I thought they weren't that good. And then Wisconsin, they beat 31-7 the next week. Purdue, they looked good, 56-3. And then what opened my eyes in the Big Ten championship, I didn't think they could stay on the field with them. They beat Ohio State, and I don't know what Ohio State was thinking on offense. That was the most boring offense performance I've seen by Ohio State. They get beat 13-10. That's when it got my attention. This team's for real. And what they did to Alabama really got my attention, and I felt like the end of the world for us. Then they turn around and score 56 on Oregon, and we always say it's hard to beat somebody twice in the same season.
Obviously not.
they might be the best coached team in college football, but they had a pretty easy path to get there compared to other teams. What's your take? Is this going to be, if they win big?
Pretty easy path during the regular season?
Yes.
Or pretty easy? I mean,
that's their schedule, strength of schedule, some of the teams. What do you think, Jeff, if they win it and they go 16-0, which has never happened before, are they the greatest team to ever play college football?
No. Florida State.
Jeff?
2013.
I must have made him.
I'll answer for him.
Are you there, Jeff?
The silence is deafening.
Yeah, you dropped out on me a couple of times there, but I think are they one of the best teams like ever?
Yeah.
Well, if they go 16-0, I mean that's
hard to do. I don't care who you beat.
They've got to score 84 points. They have to win by 84 points to beat Florida State.
Well, and I've been asking Alabama fans this week, did that win over Oregon, the way they dominated Oregon, make you feel a little bit better?
A little bit, yes. A little bit.
A little bit better.
A little bit.
I thought maybe it would.
Yeah.
But but Cignetti, his post-game press conference was terrific. After they beat Oregon, he said, a lot of people thought, what we did last year was a fluke, and that kind of fueled the fire, for these guys to come back this year and say, yeah, well, we'll just show you we'll be better this year. And they got Mendoza, who the first time I heard about Fernando Mendoza, he played for California, and they came to Auburn and beat Auburn.
Yeah.
And he was pretty good that day, but man, he has really elevated his game against Oregon. He threw more touchdown passes than incompletions. And I think he's done that like 3 or 4 times this year. So he is just fantastic. The receiving group, with, Surratt and Cooper and Becker are just, they're just playing out of this world. And on top of all that, with their offense and defense, they blocked the punt.
Yeah.
So they got it going in all phases.
I got great character.
I don't think it's the best team in college football history because if you look at the talent, they're not going to be littered with NFL draft picks or high draft picks. But it might be the best coaching job in NCAA history because if you look at what they've developed and what they've become.
Go back though, Jason. It could be the best team because they play as a team, but talented team.
Not the most talented. That 2001 Miami team, you'd be hard pressed to
2013 Florida State.
2020 LSU.
Are you kidding me?
2001 Miami.
Listen, I'm going to give you some stats real quick. In 2013, the kicker for Florida State scored more points than every other opponent they played combined.
2001 Miami Hurricanes had 33 first-round draft picks on that team over this period of time when they graduated. That's never going to be right. They had Sean Taylor and Ed Reed and, Clinton Portis, McGahee, Andre Johnson. I mean, you can just go down the list of Hall of Famers and stuff. Look, they're up there. Don't get me wrong. I mean, all respect to Florida State in that year, but just the accumulation of talent in that 2001 Miami team is just outrageous.
Well, let's just agree that it was a Florida team.
All right, Jeff. Miami. What do you think? Who's going to win the ball game?
I got Indiana winning this. I don't think it's going to be close. I got 35-14. Indiana beating Miami. I just think the Hoosiers are too good. You look at this. You need to look at that roster and see how many 3-stars there are on that team. Not 5 stars, not 4 stars, but they're dominated by 3 stars. And what does that tell you? That tells you that they've done a really good job taking these 3 stars and turning them into 5-star performers.
Jeff.
And, it's incredible.
They got 47 players that are 22 years and older. That's a big deal. More reps, more playing, more experience, more time in the weight room.
And I think you're seeing a shift in how teams address the portal now because now it used to be let's, find 20, 25 guys from high school and then fill in the gaps with the portal. You're seeing, Ohio State lost 30 guys. They brought in 26 through the portal because they're 20, 21, 22. They have production. They're ACC, all ACC players. They're 22 years old. They're 20. They're fourth-year seniors or juniors. And I think Cignetti's ruining college football and for the right reasons for him. But I think you're seeing a big shift in how teams are going to be assembled in the future because you're seeing a lot of teams cut some dead weight. You see 30 guys leave, but they're not starters. They're saying, we're not paying these guys. We're going to bring in and look at the portal and see what we can bring in. But I think you're seeing a huge shift in how teams are going to be built in the future.
Jeff, before we let you out, I got to ask you this. I've been wanting to ask you this, and we get off track, and I forget about it. You know him. He loves you. Nick Saban, did he not want one of his boys to get that job? Maybe somebody gets their feelings hurt because that guy we're talking about right now was available. And he wasn't at Indiana at that time, but he was coaching at that time. Why did they not go with one of Nick's boys that'd been there, that knows Alabama, knows the SEC? Why did they go out west?
Well, we did an interview with Trent Richardson last week. It was after Alabama, got beat by Indiana. And Trent's criticism is not that they did not get a head coach, from the Nick Saban coaching tree, but they don't have any on-the-field coaches with a Nick Saban connection. And then he pointed to, look at the guys who are in the semifinals. Everybody.
All of them,
from the Nick Saban coaching tree. So, he said, it's good and fine that you want to go outside the family, and get a head coach and all that stuff. But he thinks Alabama kind of missed the boat by not having anyone with a Nick Saban connection on the field. Now, they've got Josh Chapman and, they've got Jeff Allen, the trainer and all that stuff. But in terms of on-the-field coaches, nobody, connected to the Nick Saban era.
And not only that, Jeff, another thing, they really I think they screwed up big time. You had one of the best recruiting offices in the country. You always had the number 1 class, and to let those guys go away, to bring in people that had no clue and no connection. They hired a high school coach out of Atlanta, and got rid of one of Saban's big-time recruiters. I did not understand that whatsoever.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's not going to work. I mean, I think Kalen DeBoer is going to be. I think he's done some good things there. I'm not saying this is going to be like a failed experiment, but I think that's a case where maybe they missed the boat there a little bit.
Yeah. Well, Jeff, we love you, man. Thank you so much. And how cold is it going to get up in Birmingham?
Well, it's pretty chilly right now. My hand's frozen to the phone. But, hey, before I get out,
it's a tidbit.
Hey, congratulations to Julie Hale, one of the greatest Arnold Marlins ever, going in the Hall of Fame. And
yes, sir.
Congrats to her.
Yeah, Thank you so much. We appreciate that, awesome. Buddy. We'll talk to you next week. Thank you so much, Jeff.
All right, see ya.
Bye-bye.
Jeffrey?
All right.
Is Lane Kiffin considered a Saban disciple or not?
Yeah, but
he was a head coach before.
No, I know.
I don't think Nick was going to let that happen.
That's my point. We talk about a Nick Saban guy. Lane Kiffin seemed to be the perfect choice at the time, but I don't think he had the stamp of approval from the Godfather.
Yeah, obviously Saban was Kiffin's resurrection, though.
Yeah, but he also fired him before the bowl game. Yeah, so there's that.
and really, he felt like it cost him the national championship.
I think so.
It did.
Yeah.
We were snapping the ball. When we have a lead in the second half, it's like clockwork. Between 1 and 3 seconds, the ball snapped every play in the second half. There's no hurry up. It's finish the game. His finish the game. That's his philosophy.
Cut it in half.
When he left, the new guy came in, Stark came in there, and he had the first game I think he'd ever called, and he was going too fast. We noticed that. We're going, dang, he's snapping the ball with 6-7 seconds left on the clock. We got a lead. And just little things like that.
Yeah, Derrick Henry standing on the sidelines, and he was running all over us, and I was like,
right.
Yeah, keep him over there. Let the Elding run it for a couple of quarters,
Crazy. But I think Saban, he had to have been asked by Burns, look, I'm thinking about going out to DeBoer at Washington. Look what he's done. What do you think? But I don't know that. I'm sure he would have to do that to keep
the peace,
people happy. That you asked Nick. But for not to go after one of his assistants, and they're all in the national championship, play at the Final Four, they're all his, yet we don't go after any of them. I don't know. Anyway, let's look at Miami real quick. This is who Miami beat. Week 1, they beat Notre Dame, and that was a great, I watched that game, played at home, great football game, 27-24. Bethune-Cookman, they beat 45-3. South Florida, they put it on them. I think it was 40-12 or 49-12. They beat Florida 26-7, so they're rolling. Everybody's feeling good about it. They beat Florida State 28-22, and then Louisville had a week off. They go into Miami and put it on them. Their offense looked really good moving the football. I was surprised at that. Great game plan by Louisville. They win 24-21. Stanford, they win 42-7. Then the SMU, they go out to SMU and lose that ball game 26-20. And then we kind of thought the wheels had gone. Here we go again. Syracuse, they beat 38-10. NC State, they beat 41-7. Virginia Tech, they beat 34-17. They beat Pitt, which Pitt, we thought it was going to be a decent ball club. They beat them pretty good, 38-7. Texas A&M on the road in the win in front of 107,000 people. They win that ball game defensively, 10-3. Ohio State, the pick six really helped them, but they won 24-14.
They played a clean game there. Like you saw some mistakes in Ole Miss. They had one penalty. I mean, they didn't turn the ball over, so they played their best game in that game, and it showed.
And then the next week, they go to the Sugar Bowl. I think it was the Sugar Bowl. They beat Ole Miss 31-27, and that was a great football game. Now they play Indiana. They're 13-2. Indiana's 15-0, and okay, well, let's take a break. We'll come back, get these experts, pick who they think is going to win the national championship Monday night. But if you're going to listen to NFL games on the radio, we got them all for you right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. This Saturday, 3:30, Bills at the Broncos on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. 7 o'clock, the 49ers at Seahawks. Sunday, 2 o'clock, Texans at the Patriots. 5:30 at the Rams at the Bears. Listen to them all right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. Or go watch them at your favorite restaurant, Beef O'Brady's over in Lynn Haven. That Cajun place on Thomas Drive, 50-cent wings, $5 pitchers. Go check that out. Have a great time. Our Newbies, too, on the Curve. Go watch it there. We'll be right back with these legends in here. Jim, Jason, Kyle, and the one and only Wildcat. Be right back.
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida is your spot for college basketball.
And it goes in at the buzzer. Got it.
Listen to select games from the LSU Tigers, Florida Gators, the Auburn Tigers, and the biggest games around the country play here.
Three-pointer. Clutch it in. Oh, you saw that coming, Raptor.
The most live college basketball in the Panhandle.
Game is over.
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida and the ESPN Northwest Florida app.
Good morning. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with your forecast on this Friday. Some sun this afternoon and evening with a moderate breeze around 13 miles per hour out of the south, and look for the high to be 62. Tonight, there will be a mixture of very light rain and some clouds with the temperature reaching 57. Mostly cloudy in the morning, but otherwise light showers tomorrow with a high of 63. This weather is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for listening to ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
When it comes to backyard dreams, trust the name that's been making waves for over 65 years. Cox Pools. Serving the entire Florida Panhandle, Cox Pools brings experience, innovation, and quality to every custom pool design. From luxurious spas to resort-style pools, no vision is too big. Make your backyard the place to be with Cox Pools. Cox Pools, 65 years strong and still making a splash. Visit coxpools.com or call 850-235-7957.
Discover the new Kia. Stop by Bill Bird Kia today and test drive the all-new 2026 Kia, where comfort, safety, and technology come together like never before. Explore the new 2026 SUV family that moves you and drive away in a new 2026 Seltos, Sportage, or Sorento that are built to inspire every journey. Craving performance? Feel the thrill in the luxurious 2026 Kia K5 sedan, crafted for power, style, and you. And for innovation that sparks excitement, check out the 2026 all-electric Kia EV9, a modern masterpiece that's fast-charging, rugged, and roomy. Bill Bird Kia is the original 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. It's the peace of mind that you can trust. Visit us at 2435 East 15th Street, Panama City, or online at BillBirdKia.PanamaCity.com. Bill Bird Kia, your local community dealer. The 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty is a Bill Bird Kia warranty. See dealer for details.
Do you know who I am?
If he was the last person on Earth,
I'm kind of a big deal.
mankind would still have a chance.
We may have to repopulate the Earth.
Now back to the Coach James Hale Show.
I'm very important.
Live from the J. Michael Studio on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back to 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Let's get into it. Let's do our picks real quick. Jim, does Miami have a shot?
No.
Indiana, right?
Yep. I say Indiana by about 10. The only way that Miami has a chance is if they can get kind of like Indiana got. If you get a pick six, the only way Miami can win this game is they got to kind of play like they played against Ohio State. Keep it close. Don't do nothing crazy. They just don't have the. Is my opinion. They just don't have the offensive firepower to score a lot of points against Indiana, in my opinion. So we'll see. It's about matchups, and it's not a good matchup for them, in my opinion.
Well, I've seen two different Miami teams this playoffs. The Miami team that played Ohio State has a chance. The offensive line, defensive line played really well. I mean, you can neutralize a lot of things when you play really well on both lines. I just don't see them being able to consistently run the football. And if that's the case, then you got to rely on Beck. And I've seen some bad Beck. I've seen some good Beck. But at the end of the day, it's still an inconsistent Beck. And when you look at the quarterback matchup, I think you got to heavily lean towards Mendoza. He does not make mistakes. Their defense tackles well. I don't see them just running it down Indiana's throat. I know that people want to say, look, how much bigger the offensive line. They've been smaller against every single
Alabama's
team.
a lot bigger.
And they dominated every single team up front. So I think it's going to be really, really tough for Miami to win this game. I still think it's going to be close because the lines are going to be kind of a neutral, but Indiana executes so well. Unless they shoot themselves in the foot, which they haven't done all year, I just don't see it. I think that 10-point spread's about right.
Kyle?
Indiana.
Big?
I think it's going to be a lot
Well, Jay, go back. Big or what do you think scores?
I don't think it's going to be big. I think they can pull away late. What you want to really look at is early in the game. Are they getting 4, 5, 6-yard chunks in the running game? If so, it's going to be a bad day for Miami. And vice versa. If they can consistently get that 4 or 5 yards a carry early in the game, take some pressure off back, I think they can be in it. But we've seen Indiana wear on some really good fronts and just wear them down. And just, Mendoza's so good with that back shorter fade. And that kid can run. He's like a Josh Allen. He's not a stiff in the back. He's 6'5", so he can take hits. So they're going to use him in the run game. I just think it's a really, really tough task for Miami. That front four is really good. I think there's some holes that can be had and some plays that can be made against that back seven. So if Indiana's offensive line holds up, I just don't know how Miami beats them, to be honest. They got to drag them into a rock fight, 17-14, something like that, a big turnover or something of that.
I think it's going to be, probably 14-point. Indiana. They're playing this whole year with a chip on their shoulder. Everybody last year was saying it was a fluke season, and but all these 3-star Mr. Nobodies are about to come out there and drop some bows. I think Indiana by 14 or more.
All right, they played in the Rose Bowl. It was like a home game. 80%. Jeremy was at the game. He said 80 or more % was Indiana. Everywhere you went, Indiana people. The Peach Bowl is probably 90% truly.
I bet it's at Coral Gables, right? Yeah. I bet it's 70-30 Indiana.
I think it will.
What do you think?
In Miami.
What do you think?
Oh, Indiana draws well.
Indiana has the largest alumni base, and they have the most money.
Because that's what everybody's talking about. Who's going to have the most fans there?
And we
saw it with Ohio State. Everybody's like, Tennessee fans will never go up there. Tennessee has a lot of money, too. When it comes to money and you got a ticket and you can sell it for $4,000 and watch it at the house, you're going to do that. Indiana's going to buy those tickets up. If they could get 80,000 tickets, they would get them. They would buy them.
It's so hard to win. I don't care who you play, to win 16 games in a row. That's incredible.
They're on the...
And they played at such a high level every single week. You would think there would be a slip-up somewhere.
They're one step away from being legends. Take advantage of it. Kirk Cignetti's found the secret sauce. He's found how to identify players that fit within his system. They may not be like elite NFL, projected talents, but they fit his system and they play hard.
And last year they had 2 losses, right? One to Ohio State,
one to Notre Dame,
and then one to Notre Dame. Yeah. So in these last 2 years, he's like what is he like 30-2?
Yep.
Or 30.
Hey, Roll Tide people, we could have had him.
Everybody in the country right now is saying the same thing. We could have had him.
He was there. We had him 4 years.
People, James Madison. He's from Indiana as far as, I think that's where James Madison is, isn't it?
No, James Madison's in Virginia. Cignetti's from Pittsburgh.
But he coached at Indiana State, I believe, or something like that. I think he's been from the state.
All right, again, remember, watch the game. Listen to it here on 104.3 ESPN. Kyle, what else is going on?
Hey, real quick, I want to give a couple shout-outs. One to Joseph Chima. He just got offered, he's the nose guard for Mosley. Number 75. He just got offered to Culliver Stockton College.
All right.
Wildcats.
Wildcats.
And also to Bear Siegel. Bloomington University wrestling scholarship.
Woo!
Up in Pennsylvania. So we got some boys, moving on. Obviously, we had early signing, with Adam Lamb and Carson Griffin and all those guys at the beginning of the season.
Was it Mosley?
Mosley, Rutherford, the girls soccer?
No.
Yeah, so Mosley beat Rutherford 20-0 in the first half. But Rutherford only had 9 players.
What was the score?
20-0.
In the first half?
They called it the first half.
Isn't there a mercy rule?
So there is, but it doesn't come into effect until after the first half is concluded.
What's the number? 10?
It's 8.
8.
At 8, they called the game right then and there after the first half. But my thing and we were talking about this on Local Sports Podcast with Coach Hammond, if he knew he was going in and the team was, they had no subs, they didn't have enough because it's 11 on 11.
Right.
So they had 9, and you had a deep bench with Mosley. Mosley's deep, right? He told me, he said, I would have made my kids have to start every position at the goal with the goalie and come down the field. You get 1 touch. If they touch the ball or if you touch it twice, it has to go back to the goalie and you have to start again. He would have made it like a compete against themselves and the team at the same time.
To develop some skills.
Yeah,
and passing
exactly.
ability.
Because if you look at European soccer and you look at how they play, them guys touch the ball 1 time. and it goes to the next person.
Right.
You know, unless it's a breakaway.
And put 7 guys on the field instead of.
But 20 to at what point?
That's ridiculous.
At what point do you as a coach even go? And no shade on the girls soccer coaches,
right.
but at what point do you just be like, hey, look, I only got 9 girls. Maybe we're gonna bow out this game.
But sometimes things just happen.
Right.
But
I mean, you want the girls to compete too. Yeah. But I mean,
you do. But it's kind of like, what type of morale killer is that?
No, I get it. I get both sides of this one. But at the end of the day, you're supposed to stop them from beating you. But if you're that shorthanded,
but just imagine
put 9 on the field
in a 40-minute half. Right. And, you know, you still got throw-ins, you got goal kicks. So it's not a true 40-minute wham bam. That's a goal every 2 minutes.
Right. I think you could have done some things to maybe to improve your team. Let's just not try to score. Let's try to control the ball as long as possible.
The bottom line, if they'd have been at Max Fitz Sports Nutrition, there would be more players healthier.
Let's go.
Been out there.
It'll be 22 next time. We're going to get them right.
TK Vandy, Local Sports Podcast, Kyle Vandergrift.
23rd Street, Beer Park North, next to Dick's Sporting Goods. Go Buckeyes.
Jim Brandt, personal creature comforts. Give him
the man, the myth, and the legend.
We're out. Wildcat.
Wildcat. Love it.
Have you ever wanted to reach out and smack someone?
You can't fix stupid, but you can divorce it.
The new Sports Blitz. Rants, hot takes, and huge reactions are incoming.
And on behalf of 70% of the Alabama fan base,
feel the burn.
We want a damn divorce.
The Red 70s studio line.
You cannot give LSU extra opportunities.
850-215-6290. ESPN Northwest Florida.
He has not turned the ball over.
Get in the game.
Good morning. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with your forecast on this Friday. Some sun this afternoon and evening with a moderate breeze around 13 miles per hour out of the south, and look for the high to be 62. Tonight, there will be a mixture of very light rain and some clouds with the temperature reaching 57. Mostly cloudy in the morning, but otherwise light showers tomorrow with a high of 63. This weather is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for listening to ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Time to live life grand at the new Point Grand Panama City apartment home. Now leasing spacious 2-bedroom apartments at Point Grand, featuring high-end interior and modern amenities like a relaxing pool, 24-hour gym, and on-site pet spa. Pet friendly at Point Grand. No breed restrictions, no weight restrictions. Come on over and tour the brand new Point Grand and bring your buddy. 723 West 19th Street, Panama City. Pop in now. 723 West 19th Street.
In 2026, come on down to that boot store and pick out something that'll help make 2026 a year to remember. Choose from one of the largest selections of Western wear and accessories you'll find in the area, and at an affordable price. For the hard worker, there's name brand Carhartt work clothes at all the right sizes with plenty to select from. That boot store, Tuesday through Thursday.